My name's Katie, and I'm here with Kendall, and we're going to discuss how to market a sport through different technology or technological applications. Um, so, with the increase in technology, such as um, the increase in like sports on TV, on Twitter, you can even get sports on Facebook. There's been a lot less people actually going to the games. The stands aren't as full. And so the sport industry is having to figure out new ways to market the sports and recapture um, the public's attention and their interest in the sport. One of the ways they did this in the past was online fantasy sports. So I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's basically you can pick players, your favorite players, and you make a team. So you pick like a third base for like baseball, say, because that's what we're using. You pick like a third baseman from any team in the league, then a shortstop from any team in the league, and you make a whole fantasy team, and then they use their stats to basically play against other teams, and you can compete against other people, and it's like a big
Like
competition.
like your friends and stuff. It's like fantasy football, right?
Yeah, it's just like fantasy football, and it's a huge industry. It's like I think right now it's like a $3.8 billion industry. So that's one way that the sports are using technology to market it and to rehype the interest in sports. And another way they do it is through apps like Twitter. So on Twitter, you can like tweet. During the game, you can tweet at players. You can tweet at like just the game. You can hashtag like MLB baseball. Anything softball.
Even I know like for our broadcast for 1420, they even have their own Twitter account and they're constantly updating um almost every single inning of our games. So I think that plays a huge role in the whole technological part of it too.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cool thing because it allows for player highlights and stats to be updated almost to the second. So this is really drawing fans in. Fans really like this, and they're able to interact and they're able to see not just their play on the field, but they're able to kind of get an idea for who players are because players like Derek Jeter and all of them, they create their own Twitter accounts and then they tweet out things, and so fans are starting to feel that connection and the growth in the sports just continuing to grow. um, Kendall, did you want to tell us a little bit about Game Tracker?
Yeah, I play softball for you know, and we use Game Tracker a lot. Like, say if my parents couldn't come to one of the games, they can use Game Tracker, and is the game without actually being there and physically seeing the players play. It tells you how many outs there is, who scored, who's playing what position, what team's batting, what team. It's also like one of the top apps in the one of the top 10 apps in the sports on the sports page, and
Yeah.
I think that really draws fans in.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I think.
like so they don't have to like come to the games and stuff if they can't come, they're
Right.
still able to keep up with everything.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I think.
also it's a trusted free, like you can, like, you're not going to have any, viruses from it or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great marketing tool, and it keeps the fans involved. Especially when we're on the road, or if it's bad weather and they don't want to come out. So I think that's a great marketing tool. And then the last kind of application that I wanted to talk about that they use to like market sports or baseball is a new application. It's called Zep, and it's an app that you connect it to a sensor, and you put it on your bat, and they have it for tennis, golf, and baseball, but baseball is really the main one that they're heading it up with, baseball and softball. And you put it on your bat, and then you swing, and it gives you feedback on your bat speed, your barrel path, how long the bat was in the zone, all sorts of feedback like that, and then it compares you to Major League Baseball players. So you can compare yourself to, Derek Jeter, Buster Posey, Puig, any of the big hitters today. And I think that's really going to help to market the game, because players are going to like learn and develop and really have better chances to get to the big leagues, with all the technology. And I think it's going to really
Maybe
grow.
I think it's like maybe hold like that like incorporates them to hold themselves to a higher standard instead of just like holding themselves to a standard of their own.
Yeah,
Like a standard of Major League.
right. No, I mean, I agree, and I think it's exciting to see how technology is growing the sport, and I enjoyed talking to you, Kendall. Is that all you got?
That is all. Thank you.
All right, thank you.